In this episode, when a student must start documentation. Let us now discuss the various ways in which documentation can help you as a student in medical or dental field. It will not only help you but even your colleagues. I remember seeing this meme: when teachers teach you, it goes above your head and you take a long time to learn. But when your friends or your colleagues teach you, the information goes right through your head, especially 20 minutes before the exam. It's going to be very helpful for you, but make sure to follow all aseptic procedures. I have a video of it on YouTube. It's called How to Maintain Asepsis During Documentation. You can maintain a blog of your journey in your medical or dental field. You can do this on Instagram, you can do this on YouTube, thesis, seminars, or other literary work. So it's going to be an add-on to your winning process apart from the actual content. So this is something really cool when your college or your staff finds out that you're... I also read an article, Medical School Reaps the Benefits of Students' Passion for Photography.
Thank you so much, sir. I would really love to thank to the founder of this podcast, Dr. Mayur Davda, for granting me such an admirable opportunity. So after when I took admission in the BDS, I thought to now it is the time to take a DSLR and take the photography on the next journey. I remember when I was in final year, I first time did my shoot, which was a paid shoot.
You're listening to the Dental Photography School podcast, where I'll be sharing practical tips on clinical and general photography. I'm Dr. Mayur Davda, and I've been coaching dentists and dermatologists on clinical photography since 2013. If you don't want to miss out on any action, make sure to subscribe to my show because I release an episode every Saturday morning. In our previous episode, we discussed how clinical photography could help in the growth of a private practice. However, if you're a medical or a dental student, listen to this episode till the end. In this episode, we will discuss how clinical photography or documentation can help a student stand out of the crowd. But before that, we will discuss when a student must start documentation. According to me, a student must start documentation from the first year of medical or dental college, even if it's non-clinical. When you systematically record all preclinical work and keep a record of all images topic-wise or subject-wise, it will be easy for you to refer to it during the exams. Do not underestimate the use of images because they will help you in many ways. I remember I used to be bad in histology, but I had taken images of all the slides through the microscope. The most useful images were of the gross slides. I know this is cheating, but every slide had some unique mark on it. For example, the slide of the gnarled enamel was broken from one corner in a unique wavy pattern. So during the spotting exams, I used to take a look at all the slides' gross images during my preparations. During exam, even before I looked through the microscope, I knew what the slide was about. So in a way, the gross slide images helped me reinforce that I was right. The staff obviously outsmarted us by keeping a complete new set of slides which we had never seen before. Has this ever happened to you as well? I'm not saying that we must depend completely on the gross slide appearance, but please don't get me wrong. So I hope you can understand that documentation can be helpful even if you are in the first year of your graduation program. Let us now discuss the various ways in which documentation can help you as a student in medical or dental field. Number 1. Images of specimens. I remember during the dissection it was very difficult to see all the nerves or blood vessels clearly because of a large number of people. If you take images while you learn, it will not only help you but even your colleagues. I remember seeing this meme: when teachers teach you, it goes above your head and you take a long time to learn. But when your friends or your colleagues teach you, the information goes right through your head and you can learn very easily especially 20 minutes before the exam. Your friends or your colleagues are your best teachers because they are in the same wavelength as your thought process, and they can teach you much more better. I personally think like that. Number 2, demo videos of procedures during biochemistry or physiology, for example, blood glucose level and stuff like that, or even how to give anesthesia and stuff like that. Remember, you don't have to be perfect and do high-end editing stuff. Content is the king, so do not worry about video presentation, at least during the initial stages. Number 3, if you are allowed to do, you can take images during the surgeries. It's going to be very helpful for you, but make sure to follow all aseptic procedures. I have a video of it on YouTube. It's called How to Maintain Asepsis During Documentation. It's on our YouTube channel, Dental Photography School. You can check out the link in this episode's description. Number 4, you can maintain a blog of your journey in your medical or dental field. You can do this on Instagram, you can do this on YouTube. So you can take pictures or you can even take videos. You can share your thought process. If you have any difficulties, you can ask it out loud on Instagram and YouTube, and I'm sure a lot of people would be able to relate to you, and they would also agree that they are facing the same issues. You can not only get help, but you can also share your tips. So it's a great thing to make a video blog or a picture blog either on YouTube or Instagram, and it's a great way to be famous, at least according to me. Number 5, thesis, seminars, or other literary work. We all know that images are so important for publications, be it for thesis or seminars. So take great images of whatever work you're doing or for whomsoever you're doing, and I'm sure you will get published. And if you have good images, your thesis or your library work is going to be standing out as compared to others. Number 6, for paper presentations and poster presentations. So I've seen a lot of competitions going on which are within the college and even intercollegiate events. So if you have great images, you stand a high chance to win those paper presentations or poster presentations. Your judges can judge a lot based on your content because of great pictures. So it's going to be an add-on to your winning process apart from the actual content. Basically, there's a clear educational benefit of multimedia in all educational presentations. Number 7. So this is something really cool. When your college or your staff finds out that you're great at documentations, you'll be called more by staff or your colleagues or even your PG students for documentation. Now, this can have its own benefits. So you are doing something for them. I'm sure they're going to be remembering it. The staff will remember you more. The PG students will remember you more. And your college will be proud of you. And I'm sure in return, they will also offer some help to you in one form or the other. So when you do something good for others, it's going to be coming back to you. Right? I also read an article. It was published actually as medical school reaps the benefits of students' passion for photography. So there's a student in this article. His name was Dr. Shia, was in the second year at the University of Connecticut when the article was published. He loves to do photography and he has made his university proud. So if you have photography as an add-on to whatever you're doing, I'm sure the staff, the college, even your colleagues and postgraduate students are going to be making note of it. So you're not only going to get famous, but you can help others and you can achieve a good name when you're in college itself. Alright? Number 8. You could be hired to document cases. Believe me, if you won't get paid, someone else will get paid. So just go for it, because general photographers means when people hire someone like photographers from outside for clinical photography, they don't know so much of our field. So they might not get as good results as we will get. So it could be a good source of income, and maybe you can pay your own fee, or maybe you can get some extra money for spending. There's definitely a chance that you could be hired as well for documenting cases. Number 9, applying for a job. So whenever somebody comes to join my clinic, I make it a point to ask them if they have any records of whatever work they have done, especially images or videos. It's going to be very helpful when you're applying for a job. I actually did a survey on this, on the recent scenarios in employment and dentistry. The survey was directed towards clinical practitioners, and I wanted to understand what is the situation of employment for the newly passed out graduates or postgraduates. And in that, there was a question: would you be willing to pay extra for a particular quality that you see or wish to have in the applicant? And you won't believe the statistics, but 36% of the clinical practitioners agreed that they will pay more if the applicant has the ability to do good clinical photography. So how important is that? If you want to earn more, clinical photography or documentation is definitely going to help you get a better job or a higher salary. So make sure that you have clinical photography as one of your extra skills. It can be an asset for you. I myself have referred my course delegates to many clinicians who wanted someone to document their operative cases. Believe me, they earned a good amount of money in very little time. So clinical photography is going to be helpful for you. Number 11, you can grow in other forms of photography like wildlife photography, portrait photography, food or wedding photography. I've seen so many of my course delegates doing great in food photography, in wildlife photography. So over a period of time, clinical photography does get a little boring, but when you start clinical photography, it's going to be helpful in other forms of photography. You do develop an interest in other forms of photography. And in fact, it could also be vice versa. If you're good at general photography, food photography, portraits, and stuff like that, a clinical photography becomes a piece of cake. So again, why I'm talking about this at this point is because you can grow in that particular genre of photography and you can make a name out of it. Especially a very different niche like drones. So you can make a video of your own college and get famous on your college's website. I'm sure they'll be happy to give you video credits. And I also know that there are intercollegiate photography competitions. So I was actually invited as a judge in one of those competitions, and there is so much talent out there. A lot of people love to do photography. So just go and get your camera, because apart from clinical photography, you can do a lot in general photography as well. And it can help you in the process of your growth as a student during your graduate life or your postgraduate life. So today on our show, we have a very special guest by the name of Dr. Shaban Khan. And let's see what he has to speak about how photography helped him in his growth as a student. Hi Shaban, it's so nice to have you on the show. So we have with us Dr. Shaban Khan from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. I first met him when I was over there a couple of years back. I'm not really sure. My memory is just mixed up when I saw him the first time. But I think I'd come there for a dental photography program in GDC Ahmedabad. And that's when I saw him the first time. I don't know how long it's been, but it was so nice to see Shaban over there. And when I met him, he said that he loves doing photography. He loves doing wildlife photography, if I'm not wrong. And then he also told that he's also into dental photography, and he keeps on doing some of the other forms of dental photography. He showed him his work. He showed me his work, and I was really happy to see his progress. And now he has taken this to the next level. I see him going to different colleges, conducting lectures on dental photography. I think he's been invited in Indian Dental Associations as well. He's doing just great, just because he is good in photography. He has so much more edge, and he has so much more to give for himself also. It's just an amazing thing to have. So photography has been a great tool in his growth. I personally believe that. So let's speak to Shaban as to what he has to say about his journey, how photography started, how it affected his growth as a student. Did it actually help his growth as a student or not? So welcome to the show, Dr. Shaban. It's so nice to have you on the podcast.
Thank you so much, sir. I would really love to thank to the founder of this podcast, Dr. Mayur Davda, for granting me such an admirable opportunity to share a screen with them and present myself on this several dignified personality out there, and I'm feeling immense pleasure learning that my podcast would be aiding and inspiring the entire dental as well as the medical fraternity and students on how some can follow their profession and passion simultaneously. I just remember when you said that we meet at workshop at the Ahmedabad. Coincidentally, I remember that date. That was the 5th of September. That was a Teachers' Day.
Seriously?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I think we will be talking on social medias from many years. I mean, I guess 1 or 2 years before that. But it was the first time when I personally met you at your hotel, and that dinner we had at that night, that was so amazing, sir.
Oh,
and
okay.
every
I think we
Teachers
had
Day
gone
now.
out. I think we had gone out for dinner, right?
Yeah, sir, yeah. We went to some omelette,
It
and
was
we had
yeah,
amazing
it was
time,
a
sir,
roadside
was.
tapri where we
Yeah.
had eggs with all the PG students. It was such an awesome thing. And I love to be one with students actually. That's why I don't keep any distance. I love to hang out with all of them. So just to chill out a bit. It was so nice to connect with you at that time.
Sir, it is a great thing that such a big personality eating on the roadside with the students.
I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't keep any ego or anything. I like to connect more. So Shaban, tell me, when did you start doing photography in general photography? When did you start?
When I recap my journey, as I was the youngest children in my family. So in any function, like it would be a birthday or it would be any function, they just hold me a camera and say,
Oh.
let's go on and click some pictures. And after that, I would get so much appreciation that these pictures are
Wow.
quite good. So at that time, I was not having any camera, not digital, not or any. So I was waiting for every function, that when next function will come, and I will be having hands on on that camera. So after that, I got my first camera, that was a point and shoot when I was, I think, in 11th grade. And I started, I am very fond of the gadgets. So whenever I buy a new gadget, I just explore it and try the each and every functions of that thing. And by that, from that point and shoot camera, I came to know that there is something missing to get that part of the pictures which I was expecting, which I normally see on the social medias, BBC, National Geographic. So at every holiday, I decided to take the camera and explore the outskirts and the jungles of Gandhinagar. So I get to notice the direction of the light, the angle of the pictures. After that, when at that time I was not having so much money to get a DSLR. And even I was not sure with my career. In 11th or 12th grade, it is like I was not having, I want to become a doctor, or I want to do anything else, or I want to go abroad. So after when I took admission in the BDS, I thought to, now it is the time to take a DSLR and take the photography on a next journey.
So you bought your first DSLR when you are in first year?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what camera was that?
That was Nikon D3200, a very basic camera with a kit lens, not any another lens.
Cool. So, did you do photography in college for non-clinical stuff as well? So, I just spoke about how students can get benefited from photography in dental or medical college, and it's not necessary that it has to be clinical photography. So you are live with us right now, you're speaking to me right now on this podcast. I want to know, have you done photography in dental college for non-clinical subjects? Like, I remember taking pictures of slides and stuff. I want to know what all you have done.
In campus, when any of the conferences would be there, so the college people will always call me to cover the event. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
So I think I had worked with almost every department to capture their event.
Yeah. That's something that I actually missed out, and thanks for pointing that out. So my question was, have you done any other form of photography in college for study purpose?
So I had helped PG students for their thesis and for dissertation. I had helped, I think, many of the PGs when I was second year, when I was in BDS second year. In our colleges, what the exams are, different people from the other colleges also come. There is a session before the practical exam where they show the slides and every specimens of which are going to be asked in the exams or which are there in the department. So when I was clicking the pictures, a guy from unknown guy came to me and asked me that, are you a photographer? Then I was shocked that I don't even know his name, I don't even know his face. Then how did he recognize? Because then he said that I took almost 5 minutes to click a picture of this slide, but while observing you, you are just clicking it like a machine gun. You are just going there, focusing and clicking the pictures of the slide. While capturing the slides as well as the specimens, we got a clear, I will tell you the incidents of my final year exams, where in endo we have to do a class 2 cavity. So to approve that teeth, I have to capture the tooth in such a detail that it helps to communicate with the professors that this angle, like if we are taking a picture from the occlusal level, occlusal angle, so it makes a clear idea to the staff as well as to the other students that this is the thing which we want in our exam.
Right. And what all specimens pictures have you taken?
Sir, I had taken the slide like pictures of
through the microscope
slides. Yeah. Yes, I had taken in DADH the carved tooth and all that stuff. And in your final year exams, the instruments are there. I used to capture. Cool. I used to take the videos. I used to do the things that the staff.
You spoke about videos right now. What kind of videos did you record?
Normally, sir, if a professor
of procedures and stuff, like, giving a demo.
Yeah, giving a demo. So I would take that take that video and forward it into our group. So that
so that's my next question actually. The videos or the content that you made, for example, the pictures of instruments, even sometimes we have spotting exams, like they asked us picture, what is this? Is this a GMT or is this what kind of a cover and all? Have people asked you, "Arey, mujhe ye photo de de, mujhe ye video de de," put it in the group and stuff? Was it helpful for others as well?
Definitely, sir. It was like जब कोई specimen कोई department में दिखा रहा है, so first they will call me. It's Shaban.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to click the pictures of this specimen.
Cool. So the staff used to invite you to take pictures.
Yes, sir.
So how did this affect your relationship with the staff?
Sir, as I had started posting my wildlife pictures on social media, so everyone got to know that there is a guy who clicks pictures in our college.
Absolutely.
So slowly they gave me opportunity to click their conferences, to click their events. So by all these things, my college staff get to know that there is a guy who click a good picture. So if anything is like that, they used to directly call me and get it clicked.
So you do agree that photography has given you more exposure as compared to others who don't know photography. You were known more because of photography.
Definitely, sir. If I will say you an incident that if major surgery is performing in our oral surgery department, and as a intern student or as a final year student, I would get the access to the operation theater.
Yeah.
So that other people who are not able to see that thing, and I was able to see, I was able to observe, and I was able to capture that thing. Just like any major surgeries, any trauma or any orthodontic surgeries, I had seen all these things in which I think even in part 1 PG student is not able to see that thing.
I totally agree with that. In fact, I missed out on this point also. So when you have access to photography and people know that you are capable of doing great photography, like Shaban was well known in his college, you will get access to the cases that even postgraduate students are not getting an access to. And not only that, you get the best seat in the group to see that particular case, because if somebody wants to document nicely, they are going to give you the best place from which you can see that particular procedure. And that is usually given to the photographer, and that's what Shaban is talking about. So I'm I'm sure a lot of PG students would have been jealous of you.
Yes, sir. Even, sir, the other students are also very jealous. Like, he is getting the, I will say you an incident when I was posted in a perio department, and there we have to do skillings in an internship. So whenever I got a call to document a case, so other people will like, okay, now we have to do his patient, we have to do his box, and he will be doing the photography, and he will be learning the things.
Yeah, who likes scaling anyways? And especially during the student time, it's with hand scaling sometimes. When you started doing clinical photography, you mentioned that you were called upon to record a couple of cases. So I'm sure you might have got an opportunity to record a case inside the college also and outside the college also. So I'm slowly moving towards monetization. Did you ever get an opportunity to earn money out of photography in your student life just by taking pictures of clinical procedures?
Definitely, yes, sir. I was doing in college, I was not charging any money, or I was not asking for any money. And even in my early stage, when I was called by some of my seniors only, which helped me to record, to practice me and to get my skills sharpened. So I used to go to their clinics. In my early days, I used to work for free. Even I had talked to some nearest dentist that I am pretty good at capturing the pictures. I would love to capture your case.
Nice.
I would not even charge the things, but I want to learn dental photography. So if you can allow me to come in your clinic and click the pictures. But I think at that time there was not this much
not so much awareness about
media
documentation.
Yes, sir. But slowly and gradually, while posting on social medias, many of the dentists got to know that there is a guy who click pictures and he document cases for you, and he comes to according to your time. So I remember when I was in final year, I first time did my shoot, which was a paid shoot. A prosthodontist called me.
Really cool. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
And it was not for money. It was just for learning process. That I want to learn that photography. I want to take that full arch picture in just one click. So at that time,
I absolutely agree with that. But I just wanted to make it clear that it could be a source of money. It's completely about you, whether you want to charge it or not. But like you are saying, when you are in final year, you went to a prosthodontist, and that's when you got your first paycheck.
Yes, sir. That was a very less amount, but that was my first earning of the through dentistry, I would say.
That's completely fine. It's just giving some hope to all the students that clinical photography is going to get you places, and you'll get known. And you can also make it as an added source of income, like how Shaban did in the final year of BDS itself. That's so awesome to know.
And so, while doing all this, before I started charging the pictures, I got some people told that photography से क्या ही मिलेगा, प्रोसीजर करके पैसे मिलेंगे, फोटोग्राफी से मतलब कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. You will get some likes on Facebook, and you will get some amount of thousands of followers on Instagram. But then I really think about that if they are preparing that crown and I am capturing that crown, he is earning for preparing that crown. But I should do something that while capturing that prepared crown, I would also get some amount. So I started like monetizing this process. Earlier I was doing it for free. And I remember I first did it for a prosthodontist, and I just charged 800 rupees for that case.
That's completely cool. The most important thing what Shaban had to share, and what I also agree, is that you get to see what others are not getting an opportunity to see. So don't take it just as a source of income. How many of the oral surgeons, or how many of the general surgeons, or how many prosthodontists are going to call you when they are doing the best possible case of their life, and what are the odds that you are able to see that particular procedure? So you are getting access to premium cases right there, because nobody is going to be calling someone for recording an ordinary case. I'm sure everybody is going to be calling someone else to document a case when they know that case is turning out to be awesome. And you are getting that premium access to that particular case. So that's something like a big takeaway from this particular episode, that every listener must take it back. So it's a huge plus point.
The
to
reward,
have.
sir, which I get from this photography is to meet the super accomplished people. Normally,
Yeah.
we don't get access to them at this such a young age.
Yeah,
I've been
totally.
lucky enough to meet them and document their cases, and I can speak to them what about the procedure by one-to-one.
Awesome. So it's been great to have you on the show, Shaban. I actually wanted to put it across to all my listeners, so that photography has helped students in the past. Okay, and it does not matter how you do it. Like initially, even I did not have a DSLR. It's completely fine if you're using your phone as well. So what Shaban's story is telling us that it's really important to start away photography as early as possible in your life, even as a student, because when you reach the final year itself, or maybe in third year itself, you do get recognized by the staff and even by the college. And then you start getting opportunities that others did not get opportunities for. How lucky can somebody get just because they have an asset of photography with them? You get access to exclusive content, premium content, and not only that, you get paid for it. And you get recognized, and the college knows your name. So the college is always going to be remembering Dr. Shaban Khan is from Karnavati College, Dental College. So that's going to be really cool, and his name is always going to be remembered by all the staff. Everybody knows him. So if you want to be known in your college, if you want to get something more out of your profession, I think it's really great to have photography as an asset in your armamentarium, right?
Yes, sir, definitely.
I'm hoping that the people who are listening to this episode get inspired from your story, and they do include photography in their student life. Thank you so much for being with me on this episode, Shaban.
Thank you, sir. It was a really great opportunity for me on this dental photography school to say my story to all the people. Thank you for this platform, sir.
That's all we have time for in this episode. If you're getting benefited from my tips, do show your love by leaving a rating and a review. For tutorials on photography, do check out my channel Dental Photography School on YouTube. To participate in contests and live events, join the Dental Photography School Facebook and Telegram group. You can follow me on Instagram as Mayur_EOS Maestro or Dental Photography School. I'll meet you next week. Till then, keep listening, keep sharing.